Hello again. Tonight I've got an interesting set of figures to review for you guys. This is the Transformers Tribute Series, Orion Pax and Optimus Prime. It's a very interesting mashup of figures. You have Orion here, who is a retool of Titan's Return Cup, complete with the headmaster and everything. Then you have Optimus Prime, who is just a straight redeco of the War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. It's an interesting set. Two very, very different figures packed together, both meaning to represent the same guy. Let's get started. First up, we have Orion. As I mentioned before, he is a retool of Titan's Return Cup. I mean, mostly a redeco. The only retooling is the new faceplate for him. He has the much more, Optimus Prime-y looking red and blue on him. It's much lighter colors than the Optimus he comes with. Blue is almost like a periwinkle. His wheels are cast in a translucent blue, which is pretty cool. Nice looking. A little bit of paint application on the guns there. And some yellow paint there, silver paint. And you'll notice he has these kind of special Autobot symbols, one on each side of the truck, and then one at the top of his windshield. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to represent. They kind of resemble like the Elite Guard symbols, but it's not really there. I'm not sure what they're going for with that. Inside, you have his Titan Master, who goes completely unnamed as far as I know. Here he is. Unlike Flintlock, who he's mostly a redeco of, he actually has some paint there on his face. He got some silver for his mouth region, some yellow for his visor, so that's nice. Here you have the Orion Pax head, which mostly resembles the Thrilling 30 Orion's head. It's the closest thing I can compare it to. Or really just a Optimus Prime head with a mouth. Orion's two guns, just like Cups, can be combined to a larger weapon, which you can plug his Titan Master into. Not very firmly. Yeah, there you go. Get the pegs in there. Alright, so nice little seat for him. And then this, if you wanted to, can plug into either side of his truck bed. Let him, fire on baddies from behind or something. Oh, yeah, neat gimmick. This is Ryan's robot mode. Again, he's got some nice painted details. Yeah. Pretty plain looking, which actually isn't a bad thing. What I mean, I guess I should clarify what I mean with plain looking is he doesn't have a ton of kibble. He doesn't have like parts hanging off his back or anything. He actually turns into a fairly sleek humanoid robot. So that's really neat. Here Orion is next to his mold mate Cup. You can see kind of a pretty clever reuse of that mold. And also, whether it was intentional or not, a pretty interesting nod to the original Orion Pax toy. That was an eHobby exclusive in Japan, and that toy was a redeco of the original G1 Cup mold. So it's kind of fitting that all these years later they would create a figure in the same way. The original Orion Pax came with a redeco of Wheelie as Pax's buddy Dion, so kind of disappointed there wasn't like a recolored Titan's Return wheelie thrown into this set as Dion. That would have been just icing on the cake, but beggars can't be choosers. We've got him next to Thrilling 30 Orion Pax, just so you can see how radically different they are. This Orion has much brighter colors. You can see what I was talking about similarity in the head sculpt, though. Not spot on, but the closest between the two Orions anyway. You'll also notice that Thrilling 30 Orion is significantly shorter than this new one. So that's a good thing or bad thing, or a non-thing. Up to you, I guess. I always expected Orion Pax to be shorter than Optimus Prime, but you know. Secondly, we have Optimus himself. Again, this is just a straight redeco of the original War for Cybertron Optimus toy that they made a few years ago. It's got some darker colors, especially the gray. Gray is much darker. He's traded in the pink highlights of the original toy for blue. And his gun is more of a bluish shade than a black. But yeah, not a huge difference. What about symbols there? Here's Optimus in his super complex but super sexy robot mode. Yeah, as you can see, he comes together very well. This mold is notoriously complex in its, transformation, articulation, everything, specifically for a deluxe class toy. I mean, despite its relatively small size, its transformation is on the level of like a masterpiece toy. It takes a good while to transform. It's not too bad, especially if you've done it before. But first time through could be some head scratching. You're just trying to figure out how all the little panels are supposed to flip around and everything. Here's a side-by-side with the first use of this mold. Again, at first glance, they're obviously meant to be the same character. And then when you start really looking at it, you spot the differences, very different shades of red, different grays, swapping out the pink highlights for blue ones. These are both excellent figures. I mean, the original version, his colors are slightly more accurate to how he appears actually in-game in War for Cybertron. But neither of these is a bad version. You'd probably be hard-pressed to get the original Generations one. So, this new Tribute Optimus is a very valid substitute. And, yeah, it's a fantastic mold in and of itself. It looks good. It's very accurate to the design of the video game, at least as accurate as it can be to a bunch of polygons flying around everywhere. And last but not least, we got the two toys side by side in their robot modes, just so you can see how they fare together. You'll notice Orion is actually a little bit taller than Optimus, which scale's never been consistent Transformers toy, so it's nothing really to lose sleep about, though I definitely prefer my Orions to be a little bit shorter, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this is a inexpensive pack to get. I believe it was $30 on Amazon. Considering all deluxes are more than $15 nowadays, that's not bad. Their designs are very radically different. One is very simplistic, very streamlined. The other one is very complicated, full of detail. One's very lightly colored, one's very dark. But yeah, they're both quality toys. Despite the fact that they kind of clash when they're side by side, they're for what they are, they're good. This 2-pack raises some interesting continuity headaches. So you have a very Generation 1 based Orion Pax. You have a War for Cybertron, which is a line continuity Optimus, and they come packaged in a box, which I unfortunately don't still have, that has a picture of movie Optimus Prime on it. So it really leaves a lot of questions to exactly which continuity these guys are supposed to be from, especially if you're the type of collector that separates these things into respective timelines or whatever. Best hint I could find is that on the packaging it does specifically call Orion out as being a data clerk, which the only continuity in which he's been named to actually be a data clerk was the Aligned Continuity. And it's, in the Prime cartoon mentioned it, and it's, been in supporting media. So I figure that little occupation coupled with, the War for Cybertron Optimus design, personally I would say these are probably best considered aligned Optimus Prime, very early versions of him. But, it's up to you as the collector. If you're like, no way, Optimus has a Titan Master, he needs to be, G1 or IDW or whatever, category you use. So be it. It's up to you. For me, I'm gonna stick with Aligned for now. All right, well, yeah, that wraps up yet another review. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a little rambly. I understand it's a bit late over here. And as always, let me know what you think of the figures, what you thought of the review. Provide some feedback, and hey, give ideas for the next review. And with that, have a great night.